evening and welcome to the Thai PBS World. 6 days of tension between the US and Iran. The whole world was watching after the US president ordered airstrike and killed General Qasem Soleimani in Iraq. And then 5 days later, Iran ordered to attack back by using dozens of missiles to attack US airbase in Iraq. The speech by President Donald Trump 2 nights ago appeared to de-escalate the tension.
As long as I'm President of the United States, Iran will never be allowed to have a nuclear weapon. Good morning. I'm pleased to inform you the American people should be extremely grateful and happy. No Americans were harmed in last night's attack by the Iranian regime. We suffered no casualties. All of our soldiers are safe, and only minimal damage was sustained at our military bases. Our great American forces are prepared for anything. Iran appears to be standing down, which is a good thing for all parties concerned and a very good thing for the world. Iran must abandon its nuclear ambitions and end its support for terrorism. The time has come for the United Kingdom, Germany, France, Russia, and China to recognize this reality. They must now break away from the remnants of the Iran deal, or JCPOA. And we must all work together toward making a deal with Iran that makes the world a safer and more peaceful place.
Many issues that President Donald Trump touched upon, especially on Iran and the politics in the Middle East and nuclear program. So what's the implication of President's speech on U.S. military policy and foreign policy? I asked former Thai ambassador to the U.S., Dr. Chaiyong Satchipanont.
After the violence that has been utilized by the Americans of the situation in Middle East a few days ago, he has come to the point that has been very much welcomed by making a peace process proposal in his statement. And that really makes a lot of relief to the world community that are afraid of war is going to happen. And then that's way out for the peace process in the Middle East.
Does his words will work for Iran? Especially, he would like to cancel all the agreement. He has already canceled all the agreement regarding the joint nuclear agreement. But from now on, what will come next?
I think he called on other members or parties of the agreement that he has withdrawn of the nuclear deal of 2015 to pull out and then restart the process again. So that's going to be the new proposal that will make less or have a more effective restriction to the Iranian process of making nuclear.
Can we say that during the President Trump era, foreign policy is led by military policy rather than foreign policy?
The foreign policy is going to be led by what we call peace through strength. That means make America to be very strong in order to put maximum pressure on the other side, and so that the U.S. will be able to control the situation and then make a deal in favor of the U.S. interest.
But regarding the geopolitics in the Middle East, it must be quite confusing and perhaps beyond prediction from now on. What's the measure of what the preventive measure you can think of regarding the United States to protect their interests in the Middle East?
Well, there's a very limited chance for the time being for what the US side can do after the use of force in the past few days in killing the leader of the coup force of IRGC. So this is going to be a very difficult process of peace that the U.S. can carry out afterwards. So the statement just the beginning of the proposal that we still don't know whether the Iranian government will accept it or not, which many people in the world are still very doubtful on that. But it's at least the start of the negotiation or the proposal to be able to work out, bringing all the parties concerned to the table for the peace process.
What's the room for diplomats around the world to be working on this issue?
Oh, that's very limited room for other countries. Only or mainly only those parties concerned, especially the parties who are members of the P5 or permanent, the representative in the United Nations Security Council, plus Germany. So we hope that the process could continue, and all the countries concerned or the former parties or the parties of the nuclear deal be able to come back and sit together and get together, work out a way that would bring peace and then a compromise solution to the interests of the people in the Middle East.
If the U.S. has to withdraw or has to recede that its power, will that pave the way for China to exercise more influence in the region, and will that affect the U.S.?
U.S. will not withdraw eventually, and I think they know that the presence over there will make a kind of guarantee for the stability of allies of the U.S. in the Middle East. And then the most important thing is that the gas or oil and gas pipeline will be maintained, and then oil business could be continued in a free trade way or in the liberal system. So it's not in the idea of any U.S. departments to think about withdrawing from that. The Americans still will think that they still need to be there, and we can see that even the leader of the Iraqi government still want U.S. to be over there to help maintaining the balance of the stability in this region. But whether or not other countries like China could come and help is going to be part of the party of negotiation to make the stability and peace be able to maintain in this region of the world. That's a very crucial role, and I think all the parties are thinking of going and help if as much as possible. Security and stability of the world and people in the region is very important for all peace-loving nations.
What should Thailand go forward in terms of relations with the U.S. and Iran, because Thailand has good diplomatic relations with both countries?
Thailand has very good relations with both U.S. and Iran. So we would maintain, but still, it have to be follow and work out along the way or implement along the way of United Nations Security Council resolution, because that's going to be the rules or the rules that all the parties, all the members of United Nations have to follow.
Thank you very much, Ambassador.
Thank you.
And that's all from Thai PBS World tonight.